The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? Sir? You? Yeah, you! Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness. So share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Donta Show, special edition with my guests, You know what? I ain't gonna say the guest right now because I want y'all to hold on and be excited. I want y'all to hold on and be excited. But no, I got a special guest on tonight, and I'm excited about it. I am glad for this conversation. It has been long overdue because when me and this person get to talking, it just goes there. So I'm not gonna belabor all of the chit chat. Yo, check it out. Invite your friends, family, cousins, and loved ones right now to the Donta Show. You might learn a little thing or two. I don't know. But I'm looking right now, and the village is in the house. All these green hearts. Yo, Tyesse, the squad is in the house. Tyesse, the squad rocks with you. So, village, I need y'all to keep up. Village, what the black hearts at? Where the black hearts at? It's always the green hearts, but the green hearts, I love y'all for real, because y'all are ride or die true, and y'all keep it 100. So thank you for tuning into the Donta Show. This your first time watching, check us out on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. Go to youtube.com/Donta Morrison and subscribe to the Donta Show. It will cost you absolutely nothing. It is free 99, and I am glad that you are subscribing, following, watching. The Donta Show has a lot of amazing content specifically designed for us, the melanated. Now listen, that don't mean I got anything against any other race, ethnicity, or nationality, but I am black first. All things black. I love black people, black entrepreneurs, black businesses, black singers, black songwriters, black poets, black authors, black everything. I'm just bliggity black. So if you are black, I am rocking with you. All right, I'm rocking with you. So with that being said, if you want to be a guest on the Donta Show, just reach out to Pyro Media Network. PyroMediaNetwork.com will get you on the Donta Show to talk about your book, your song, your movie, your life, your trauma, your whatever. All right. So if you want to be a guest, it is no problem. I would love to have you on here and let's just iron things out and talk about it. All right. So listen, as you know, Tuesday nights is when I normally am solo bolo by myself because Dana is in class, but I normally have a special guest. If you missed last week's conversation, do yourself a favor and just go to my YouTube page and look at some of the archive shows. Check out some of the historical content that I have covered, and it will amaze you. It will open your mind to a whole new situation in life and how we can all be better together. It is all about being a community excellence, Black power. It's all about us just working together to build. And tonight's conversation will be no different. It's going to be a hoot. It's going to be something that you may not want to talk about, but it's going to be something that will enlighten you, because if you don't rock with it, that's fine. But sit back and learn, because what I talk about may educate you and put you in position to inform someone else. All right, to inform someone else. It's all about each one teach one. There we go. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's just get into it to tonight's conversation. So tonight's guest is Tyesse Jackson, host of the Tyesse Report. And Tyesse is an influencer, period, point blank. Tyesse is someone who keeps it 100 all the time. But most importantly, the delivery of Tyesse is one you do not want to miss. He may come across like, oh my God, Tyesse, that's a bit rough, but it be real. It's raw and it's relevant. And Tyesse keeps his finger on the pulse of what's going on, not only in the Black community, but the Black LGBTQ community, which is important because oftentimes a lot of our stuff is overlooked by the mainstream because mainstream don't want to deal with the issues that we face. But being marginalized, living at the intersection, try being Black and gay. So when you're Black, you're dealing with the white man's agenda. When you're Black and gay, you're dealing with the white man's agenda and the Black man's homophobia against you. So you're dealing with a lot of stuff. And I can tell you from a personal experience that living at the margin, living at the intersex has really not only strengthened me, made me stronger, but it's also made me step back and look at humanity. Are we really all in this together, Black people? I'll wait. Are we really all in this together? Or do we only rock with people who we are comfortable around? And by comfortable means they live the life the same way we live our life. No, we got to sometimes step outside our comfort zone and pull folks in that can add to the table, because we all got a gift to bring. We all got something to contribute. And with that being said, tonight's guest, Tyesse, please come on to the Donta Show.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
What's
greetings,
up?
greetings.
How are you?
It is so good to be back. It's been a while, but it's good to be back.
It's been a minute. Listen, let me just say, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I'm saying you are on TV more than Joan Rivers was. You and I love, and you always find a way to bring new content and a new way of delivery, which is a gift. It is a true gift, and I hope you don't take it for granted. I hope you realize just your impact and your influence. But literally, you keep us in the know of so much, and I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate being appreciated, and I thank you for having me. I want to shout out my followers. If you see green hearts, that is the Thai Squad, and I appreciate them for showing up. It is 11 o'clock on the East Coast, so I appreciate a lot of them. They got to go to work tomorrow, but they showed up, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
The thing is, Donta, listen, it takes a toll on you. It does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, building something from the ground up. I remember when Oprah launched OWN and it just fell apart before she got to where she is today. But, you know, it's a lot of work. And, you know, sometimes your mental takes a toll on you. You're blessing people and your platform is growing, but you may be, you know, needing to unwind. That's why I'm hitting it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's your day off?
No, tomorrow I'm actually leaving the LA area because of the heat wave. I don't do heat.
That heat wave is coming. It is coming.
I'm out of here. I won't be here.
Be clear. One person in LA is Tyesse.
But thank you. And shout out to my brother Dana Dane. I always love Dana Dane. He is just, you know, he's real and he's one of those guys, you know, what you see is what you get. He ain't, you know, pretentious or nothing. So shout out to Dana Dane.
Yeah, 100%. So Tyesse, a few weeks ago, let's just dive into it. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So a few weeks ago,
I'm not crying, by the way, y'all. I'm not crying. Ain't no man over here beating me. These are allergies. But go ahead.
A few weeks ago, you were a part of a conversation that was led by Jasmine Canick. And it really unpacked a situation that happened within our community that you wanted to just kind of contribute to the conversation and say, yo, we need to just really talk about this, unpack this, and stop sweeping this under the rug. I thought it was an important conversation. And it seems like things happen and then they get overshadowed real quickly. I call it the Aaliyah syndrome. You know, when Aaliyah died, it was overshadowed by 9/11. You know, doesn't mean that her tragic death didn't affect us, but 9/11 came, swooped it out. Or Farrah Fawcett. Farrah Fawcett died.
I was just going to say.
Michael Jackson overshadowed poor Farrah, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that situation came, and the challenge that you guys brought up was basically, how do we in the Black LGBT community, how do we protect each other? And then how do we stand in agreement when these wrongs continue to occur? You know, and I'll let you kind of just unpack it further right there.
Okay, well, the young lady in question, her name is Tiana Ali, but her ballroom name, her house name is Tiana Saint Laurent. Her stage name is Tiana Trends, and you know, she had went through a situation with a well-known nightclub promoter, fat shaming her and, you know, basically insulting her on social media. And when Jasmine Canick reached out to me and asked me to be a part of the conversation or the co-host, I was more than glad because I'm a trans advocate. I've always stood by my sisters. So I was glad to be a part of the conversation. But I'm still shocked by the radio silence in our community.
Right.
These are Black trans women. Well, you know, Maya Scott, one of the first victims of this person, and then we had Chica, who is cishet, but she. Well, I don't want to speak for her. Let me say this, because you can't speak for people's orientation anymore. So let's just say Chica. Chica, she's a Grammy-nominated artist, and she was a victim of this same nightclub promoter. And when I say victim, I don't want to victimize them like by saying victim, but I would just say that she experienced the same treatment from the nightclub promoter. Okay, because I don't want to victimize them. And I'm just here speaking to the situation that happened. I'm not speaking for Chica. I'm not speaking for Amaya Scott, nor am I speaking for Tiana. I'm speaking to the situation in which this can happen,
Right.
and a whole community goes radio silent. That's what
Right.
I'm here tonight speaking to.
Right. And I want to, and I'm talking about this and people, because I normally don't get in these kind of conversations, but I do this because I have a large heterosexual following, as do you. And I have a lot of homies who are heterosexual who are trying to learn more about the LGBT community, and they're using me as a conduit to learn. And one thing I'm trying to get them to understand is, don't look at our community and think we over here all kumbaya. Even though, Target goes all rainbow in June, that don't mean all of us are happy that it's Pride Month. All of us ain't walking down this glitter road, saying we get along, it's our season. No, there is a lot of trauma. There's a lot of backstabbing, backbiting, a lot of infighting that happens within the Black gay community. And I think that it's important that our heterosexual allies know that we are dealing with some stuff too. And when I opened the show, I talked about living on those intersections, being Black, being gay, but being Black and gay, you also got to deal with other Black gay individuals that are dealing with their own stuff that they have yet to unpack. It's a lot of body shaming that happens in the Black gay community, a lot of infighting, especially amongst the G and the T. We don't all get along. The transgender community is really isolated and oftentimes left out of a lot of conversations that are affecting gay men. Specifically, let's not even talk about trans men. They don't get the attention they deserve as well. And then lesbians is like, well, y'all can't catch HIV, so y'all ain't even at the table because all y'all do is just be together and y'all all right. And then so let's see what Joe just said. Joe McClain said corporations do anything as long as it makes money. Exactly. Just because Target goes all glitter in June does not mean the Target is a gay ally. That don't mean that. If they can make money off a month for people who Kwame was quick on the trigger. People who mess with animals, they would. Exactly. It's all about that dollar and that bottom line. Kyrie Sinach said, one of the problems is Black women are the most hated people on the planet, whether they're born female or trans female. Black women. And I know that what he's saying by the word hated, they go through a lot of stuff that really gets overlooked. My frat brother just talked about Brittany Griner. We ain't heard about her. He says since Jay-Z dropped that verse. Are we still rallying about Brittany Griner? Are we still trying to get her out of jail, or is that just a lost cause? We moved on to something else.
Well, Renaissance swept up a lot of stories. When Beyonce's album dropped, I was like, whoever got something going on this week, honey, you can forget about it. It's over. It's a wrap.
Right, it's done. So whatever was your cause, once Alien Superstar came out, it no longer mattered. But so Ty, what happened as a result of that one conversation that occurred? Was there any change, or was it just a soundbite?
Oh, nothing happened. He's a very popular, nightclub promoter. So, a lot of people are scared to say anything because they may not get passes to get in the club, or gay pride. They don't want to be off the list to perform next year. So people are just, I'm sorry that happened to you. And people like to hit you up privately, but they won't advocate for you publicly.
Right.
And what was so maddening to me, Donta, is the fact that all of that went on with Tiana, right? And we're all trying to let the club owners know. Lance Vance, who's a gay man, we talked to Lance inboxing him, letting him know what's going on. And we heard that Lance Vance was not allegedly not pleased about all of this, but he still hasn't done anything specifically, a statement, and nothing. We just heard that he's not pleased with it, and we don't know how accurate that is.
And that's Lance Bass from NSYNC, just for those.
NSYNC, a gay man.
A white gay man, right?
A white gay man. But the thing that's so troubling, Donta, is the fact that a week after all this broke loose, the nightclub promoter does an Instagram photo, right? And he puts signing the petition, talking about the petition that Chica started on him a year ago. So he's rubbing it in the girls' faces, signing the petition. That's how emboldened and comfortable he is in West Hollywood. Now you got to understand, West Hollywood is a white, patriarchal, racist enclave. It is also it just happens to be a gay enclave. And they use Black people for their services, their whatever they need to be, done. It's not like West Hollywood is a bastion of Black freedom and Afrocentricity. Right. If you are there, you're serving a purpose for the West Hollywood machine. Okay, so yeah.
And I'm thinking about something. I think about what you just said just now. And every time I hear about, Black enclaves, I instantly go to Tulsa. How that was ours. That was 100% ours. But I'm going back to something, how you broke that down, bringing up Chica and Tiana, and then looking at what Kyrie said about Black women are not valued. And I instantly went to Aries Spears. For those that may know, Aries Spears, this... is he famous? This comedian recently fat shamed Lizzo in a very horrific way. Just really talked about Lizzo, dragged Lizzo. Now, I don't care what you think about Lizzo and size and all that. Lizzo is still a Black woman. And it irritated me that this Black man, albeit a comedian, just drug Lizzo for no reason whatsoever. And I look at this Black man talking about this Black woman and body shaming her in the midst of all her gifts, all her talents. And I know that people say it's just jokes. Oh, it's just jokes. It's just comedy. Yeah, but we don't really know what Lizzo went through her entire life. Because we've never seen a skinny picture of Lizzo, so Lizzo's probably been a big girl her entire life, and having to overcome the traumas of being a big girl, not thinking she's going to make it in the industry because she's a big girl. And then to have this Black comedian with a voice and with a following make mockery of your size. I thought that was despicable to me. That was despicable. So then I look at this situation you're talking about right now, how this Black man, albeit gay, which is irrelevant in this situation, you are a Black man. Chica is a Black woman. Regardless of how she identifies, she's a Black woman. Tiana is a Black woman. So we have Black men who are doing these things to Black women and then sitting back laughing when they're called out on it. That to me is disgusting. And that should not be supported. And I wish other Black men would check these brothers that do this. But like you said, there is a fear of what's going to happen if I check them. I'm going to lose followers. I won't get access to this. I can't get in the club. I can't get in the comedy club. I can't. Oh, my goodness. At what point do we stand up for what we believe? And I always go back to how we seem to be. I wasn't there. A tad bit more unified in the 60s. When we were all staying together in solidarity, coming against, the white supremacist machine that was trying to tear us down. But now we're tearing each other down constantly. So I'm gonna pass the ball over to you after that.
Well, the thing is, Donta, Malcolm X said the most disrespected woman in the world is the Black woman, and he didn't lie. The most hated, the most disrespected is the Black woman, and it's still true to this day, 40, 50 years later. I just want to say this. I want to say this because, a lot of times people, they want to, what's the word I'm looking for? They want to quantify, or they want to exemplify how allyship should show up, right? And how we should show up if we're going to be an advocate or an ally. I was on Conscious TV's YouTube channel, and this trans woman she did a whole dissertation about a gay man not, showing up the way she wanted him to show up for allyship. And even on the panel that I was on with Jasmine Canick and the other ladies, there was a lot of people that were saying, we need more masculine presenting men to come out and speak to this situation. let me say this. Let me go on record and say this, Dante, right here. Right now, it doesn't matter who comes to the table. We can't be like, well, what's your, let me see your resume. Oh, if anybody wants to come and say, listen, I rock with you and I rock with what you stand for, we don't have time to be asking, what's your pronouns? What's your favorite color? You know what I'm saying? Where did you grow up? If anybody wants to be an advocate or an ally, if they are true at heart, and as Iana says, if their intention is in the right place, because you got a lot of girls that are ambulance chasers, story chasers. But if your intention is in the right place, that's all that should really matter, Dante.
Right. I agree 100%. It makes no sense that when we think about all these issues coming against the Black community, we still can't come together as Black people unless we look at someone's, like you said, their resume. Well, how do you identify? And what does that matter? Someone was shot and killed. Someone is getting bullied. Someone is getting fat shamed. We need to call out our own for what they are doing. And at some point, if we don't start doing that, it is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we cannot normalize this type of bullying. We cannot normalize this type of Black on Black vitriol that we constantly see. But it's becoming comedic, because everybody's not on the same page. Oh, they didn't mean it that way. Like right now, everybody is looking at what Chris Rock said about. Did you see the latest one? Chris Rock made a joke about, I'm not going to host the Oscars. That's like Nicole Brown Simpson going back to the restaurant where she left her glasses. Trying to tie in his Will Smith slap to Nicole Brown Simpson's murder.
That was really Dante. That was really I saw that this morning, and I was like, see, Dave Chappelle has got this thing where he has really gaslit everybody so bad and trying to make people think that everything is about cancel culture. Right. There are some things that are just really in bad taste, Dante. Right. Everything is not cancel culture. It's not, like you should be able to say, that offends me. You hurt me. And now everybody, like, you have the flame on rose. Everybody need to get a thick skin. You need to be able to suck it up and take it. Girl, if it hurts my feelings, I'm not going to sit here because I did that as a gay teen, a gay child. I did all that, holding all that in. I'm going to tell you, that was offensive to me.
Right. And it's called boundaries. It's like you went too far. And if we're not holding us accountable for how they're making us feel, we will continue to be targets. At some point, we gotta let folks know. I'm like Chris Rock. You just got the shit slapped out of you on national to international TV, and then for making a joke about a man's wife. Right. And then you're gonna come back, almost a year later, and make a joke about a dead white woman that was allegedly killed by a Black man, and not think you're gonna get some clap back, bro. You've lost your mind. You have lost your entire mind.
And people will do whole UCLA dissertations on cancel culture because you push back on that by saying, listen, this woman has living children still out here. Nicole Brown.
Right.
Her parents, her sisters.
Yeah.
And to hear that, I know that has to be traumatizing to them.
And you just got slapped for making a joke about a man's wife. You just got slapped. And we was riding with you like, oh my goodness, Will, that was a little bit too much. But now I'm sitting back like, oh, okay, well, there you have it. Because now you're finna get a white man slapping across your face. And they slap different. They slap different. They slap behind closed doors. They slap your wallet. Yo, take a quick commercial break. Be back in 2 minutes. So don't go nowhere. Subscribe while you're watching right now. Ty Squad, I love you. Village, I love you. We'll be right back. What's up, y'all? We are back. We are back. We are back. So, listen, we've had a phenomenal first half of the Donta show, and now we're in the second leg, the home stretch. Tyesse, I want to ask you this question before Kwame gives us this little game he set up for us. So, is there intergenerational trauma within the Black gay community?
Yeah. Yeah. So many gay people, like myself, you had trauma, and as Iana said, so oftentimes you really basically can only deal with the trauma at the moment, the situation you're going through. You don't really have time to unpack everything. So what you do is you do what you call like a triage on yourself, just really quickly, and then you move on. And then those decisions color the rest of your life. Those not sitting in it, not going in all the doors of your mind, not addressing the pain, packing it down, years and years of that. It shows up in your adult life, and sometimes it hits you like a brick wall. So there's so much trauma with the young folks. And let's not act like all the, the sage generation is just, no, we got a lot of issues too, 40 plus. So it's intergenerational, yeah, for sure.
Right. And it's funny you brought up the sage. I did a post the other day and it said some of y'all are, waving the sage in your house with the windows closed. And all you do is having them demons run around in circles. You got to open the windows and doors and let the house air out. At some point, you ain't cleaning nothing. And I look at the response, how people respond to situations. And I think now we're seeing that there is a disconnect in communication styles between the older generation and the younger generation. I look at some people and it's like, can we have a full-on conversation without you using acronyms or emojis or whatever? Let's sit and talk, put the phone down. We're not going to text our way through this. Let's have a conversation and fully unpack this. But it feels like there is a fear of confrontation. I know back in the day, if we had an issue, meet me on Pico and Crenshaw. Before we step inside the club, let's iron this all out. Because I don't want no mess inside the clubs. I don't want to get banned by 14K. So it's like when it comes to now, it's like they don't, and I'm not saying everybody, all millennials are Generation Z, but there is an avoidance of face-to-face confrontation.
Yeah.
Cyberbullying is real. It is real.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I feel the same way about our advocacy community and our, the social justice community. A lot of people, they have this thing, Donta, where nobody can really talk to people at their level. Everybody's always using these highfalutin words, and everybody want to prove that they graduated from, Yale. And it's like, sometimes just, the intersectionality and the binary constructs, and girl, we know we get it, you're smart. Right. You lose people when you talk like that. I think I'm successful on my platform because I have really raw dialogue. And church people are my biggest, viewership, because they understand that, you're not out here really maligning and being very nasty and vile. It comes from a place of commentary, so they get it. But I totally understand what you're saying, Donta. Like, sometimes we need to meet each other halfway and have conversations where everybody gets to be heard, but just meet people on their level where they are at that moment.
And know your audience. Know your audience. I have had people, and this is real talk, I've had people sit and try to expound upon their experiences to me using words they can't define. It's out of context. And I'm looking like, I'm like a real doctor. Like, I really have a PhD. You don't have to talk to me like that. You ain't got to try to impress me or nothing, because I can come down. We can go get us a 2-piece from churches and just sit and talk about this. I love some fried okra. We can sit and talk about this. You don't have to try to impress me with this verbiage that you don't understand. Just say you're hurt, you're broken, and you need help. Period.
That's it.
And
I think what's his name? He has it really bad, and I love my brother, but Michael Eric Dyson has it on type 10. Like, when you're talking like that, it makes people feel like you're the only smart person in the room and we're all dumb.
Right,
Like,
right,
just
right,
bring it down just a smidge
right,
so that everybody can feel inclusive in this conversation and
right,
you don't lose people and you don't turn them off, you know?
right.
So,
And I want to say, and so St. James, watching over on YouTube, made a comment. They said 40 plus have way more crap to unpack. This generations are a bit more free and self-thinkers. Hmm.
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 Self-thinkers? I don't know about the self-thinkers, but
Thinkers. I will give them the free, but I think that comes with kind of a caveat. Free to do what? You know, and sometimes you can be overly free where you're just a turnoff because you're not doing any good. So that free part is kind of questionable.
yeah.
I think there is a liberation that this generation gets to exist in because of what the 40 plus did, and that is ignored. You know, I think the millennials, especially the gay millennials, kind of ignore the sacrifices that was made before them and think that they are the reason why they have what they have. And it's like, nah, y'all kind of missing a lot of stuff that we went through, that we survived, that we overcame, so that you guys can kind of have these liberties. And it's a level of disrespect that I oftentimes see, that I even feel. And I'm like, wow, you guys have no idea what my generation endured so that y'all could be okay how you are right now. You know,
And if no one corrects the narrative, Dante, if nobody says, "Wait a minute, hold up, 1 second, let me tell y'all what happened and how it went down," people will begin to write a story and completely leave out, because it happened with Jennifer Holliday and Jennifer Hudson and Dreamgirls, and it was Steve Harvey that said, "Wait a minute, y'all, there's a woman out here named Jennifer Holliday. She's still alive."
right.
And if you don't say, "Wait a minute, let me tell you what we went through and why you're here," this
Right.
post Billy Porter generation, I think they really don't understand. Like, child, listen, it's some people that was out here taking bats and bricks on Crenshaw, so y'all could walk through, South LA fully
Right.
painted with glitter eyeshadow on. It's people that took beatings for you to be where you're at today.
Right. And St. James, thank you. I love how you're respectfully chiming in, St. James. Thank you. So St. James also said, free sexually, not bound by old religious dogma. They make decisions themselves that were made for our generation without our option. And I think, and I'm going to just push back a little bit, because I think that the only difference between this generation when it comes to sexual and all that kind of stuff and my generation and Tyesse's generation, we didn't have social media. So we did the same exact thing. We just didn't broadcast it everywhere. We didn't have OnlyFans. We had to watch porn on videotapes, and fast forward to our favorite scene because there was a whole storyline. We had to learn how they met. We had to learn some where they worked. So he's a mailman and he does this. But it was a whole story to our adult films that we had to kind of watch. And then there was like 2 or 3 sex scenes out of a 2-hour movie. Y'all don't get that experience. Y'all click and they go right into it. So I think that we did a lot of stuff behind the scenes that never made it to the mainstream's eye because we had our own culture. But now everything is visible. Everything is right there in your face. And that's why I think a lot of heterosexuals think there is this gay agenda and we're trying to take over the world. We ain't trying to take over. We just got visibility now. You just now are coming into our bedrooms and seeing what's going on because everything is on social media. The same way everything the straights do is on Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. We're seeing it too. Right, Dana? Or magazines. Magazines. Y'all have Blacktail magazine and Inches and all that kind of stuff. You get the magazine. You do what you got to do with the magazine. But I think that the sexual part, I think that social media and technology has made it more, quote unquote, liberating, but it doesn't negate that we got it in too in our 20s,
Exactly.
That's just me. So Ty, here we go. And then I'm gonna let come on at 8:45. So when it comes to the cyberbullying, what is your thoughts on the clapback? Is the clapback necessary?
The clapback is necessary. It depends. It depends on how you feel. Let me just be very transparent. I'm not going to get on a soapbox tonight. Part of my commentary is reading celebrities and pastors.
Mhm.
And if you've done something and you know, I'm gonna let you have it. I ain't gonna lie. And I may talk about some things. I may talk about your weight. I may talk about your hair. I may talk about your lips, whatever. But I'm matching what you bring us. I'm not just picking random people out of the sky. Like for instance, you know, I've been very vocal about Kim Burrell. And I clap back. When she claps, I claps back. Also, and real, you know, with my real virtual relationships, there have been situations where I had to say some things or I may have to clap back. Clapbacks are necessary. They are. I was in a situation recently where some people that I I thought highly of, or at least I thought they would never do it to me. But they when the relationship went bad, the relationship went sour, they really hit below the belt one time. And it was all of them together. Like, and they were all on live, just really saying horrible things about me. And you know, the fat shaming is like low hanging fruit.
Right.
Like it ain't even people don't. That's like so high school, really. That's why Ari Spears is getting dragged, Dante, because that is so 1992.
Right.
Fat shaming, calling girls fat, or calling people, you know, big mama or whatever. That's old. The problem is, Dante, is the fact that when people weaponize it and try to intentionally really do you some harm emotionally,
Right.
that's the problem. It can be really triggering.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for being transparent about that and just really talking about that, because oftentimes people will look at, you know, personalities such as you or myself and think we're strong, think nothing hurts us, think we this and we that, or we don't care what people say or what they type in the comments. But no, I think people need to understand that everyone is a human first.
Yes.
Human with feelings and emotions, you know, and especially when I'm trusting you with me, because a lot of us, we've been through so much. It takes a lot for us to let our guard down.
Yeah.
And allow ourselves to either work with you, to hang with you, to even talk to you sometimes. And then when you go left and betray that trust, please don't act like the victim when we decide to clap back. Please don't do that. And I think that's what burns me up, because I've sat back and I've watched persons like you and Kyrie Sanaj, you know, and all that get drugged by people that you trusted, you know, and then when you clap back, their minions want to come for you and say, well, why would you say something like that? And oh my God, they didn't mean it that way. And well, wait a minute, minion. Wait. Your mother could have called me directly, but they chose to go to social media. They chose that route, you know. So do you think that in person, you know, just let's squash it this way, or picking up the telephone and give me a call for clarity, has that season died out?
Oh, that's gone. That's gone. I mean, and let's be honest, I could have eviscerated YouTube. Anybody that knows me knows I could have literally set the YouTube on fire with my mouth. But that was not my goal. It really wasn't. I can match energy, but I know when to, like, okay, Tyesse, that's too much. Don't go there. Because there was a video I did about Kim Burrell one time, and I played it back, and I just didn't like it. I said, that's just Tyesse, let that go. And I deleted the video. But the thing about it is, Dante, what you said is so true. People got to stop assuming that everybody, they'll be okay because they're always laughing, they're always smiling. It really hurt me when those people that I used to work with said what they said and how they said it. It was awful. It really hurt. It really almost broke me because it was all of them together, you know, and I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. And what it did, though, there's always a silver lining. There's always a blessing and a lesson. What it showed me is stop jumping to classifying everybody family so quickly and classifying everybody brother and sister so quickly. You just can't do that. And gay people have that bad. Everybody's your best friend. Everybody's your bro. Hey, sissy. Everybody. You have to really learn people for some years.
Yes.
Relationships like that, it takes a long time to cultivate and learn who's really in your corner, Dante.
I agree, and I think that people have misconstrued the word friend thanks to Facebook, because on Facebook, oh my God, I'm one of your Facebook friends. No, you know, we're just connected on. We're not a friend. You know, let's just be clear. And I think the word friend is so loosely used nowadays that people think that we just all a community. No, we're not friends. It takes a while, like you said, to massage a friendship. You know, and we jump into these situations like, this is my new Judy, this is my new boo, this is my new this is my new that. You haven't massaged anything. You haven't gotten to know that person. And these microwave relationships, you know, it's like a Swanson's TV dinner with a little apple thing in the corner. It's just something instant. You're not really satisfied off of that. You satisfied by some soul food. You know, just so that's what you satisfied off of. And I think it's really time, Tyesse, like you just said, that we begin to really unpack and talk about what a friendship truly is and how friends behave. What happened to you? I know the squad knows about it. You know, Village, we'll talk another time about it, but I know the squad knows. And I think it's important. I loved how you did not respond. To me, that was a true sign of strength. Because I know, Tyesse, I know you will put folks in the file cabinet, close the drawer, and lock it. Never to be seen again. You'll put them in the abyss. Never to be seen.
It would have been horrible. It would have really been, it probably would have made the news, but it wasn't that serious. And I always say, you know, it has to be matched.
Right.
I'm shady. I was saying little things, but you can't match you know, that kind of stuff with, little shade here, a little shade there. So
Right.
I just tell people, know who you're in relationship with, really know, because sometimes you're not a brother, you're not a sister, you are the help. You are a performer.
Not
I'm just being honest.
You ain't nothing but a minstrel. And
You're a performer. You're the help. You're not, baby, listen. You're not the equal. You're not.
You are the court jester.
That's all.
You are the fool in the king's court.
That's just the bottom line.
That's it. You are the court jester, and you think that you are there because they love, need, and want you. No, you are there for entertainment and mockery, because you are just that friend. You are that good time friend that they can all laugh at when they drop you back off at home.
That's it.
They're going to get a good key off of you, how you spend your money on them because you need them, and yada, yada, yada. I've been down that road. I have been down that road.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think it's important that we also begin to value our real friends, the people who have established friendships in our lives, and stop sacrificing them for these other ones that we think is going to elevate us to the next level. You know, because I know a lot of people, yes, Gina's family included, because I know a lot of people who have forsaken friends, real friends, and family, chasing behind someone because they wanted to just, they're going to help me get to the next level. No, they not.
I know somebody. I have a friend. Yeah, I know somebody that basically is like, he's paying off his homosexuality with his family. Like, he's just buying them everything, every party, every get together. His wallet is open, and it's like, honey, they're gonna feel how they feel about you regardless. If you really want to know how they feel about you, stop paying for everything, and you'll see the real deal.
Period. Point blank. All right, so here we go. So Tyesse, we was gonna do a game on tonight, but the conversation, we got too deep into it, and Kwame just told me ain't enough time. We ain't doing that. So Tyesse, I'm gonna get you back on to do sage advice with Pyro Media. But since we're talking about Dana Dane just put in the comments, opportunist. How now, after all you've been through, what advice would you give to somebody to let them know how to identify an opportunist, or when they are being used?
Well, the situation is that, I think sometimes people's intent can be, the original intent can be really, decent. They may be trying to really do something to, help or promote or prop you up.
Mhm.
But underneath all of it, there's always going to be something for them or something for that person underneath all of that.
Right.
But what you have to be mindful is that you have to stay true to yourself and don't go along to get along. When you first feel something is off, gay people, we need to work on why we stay and be mistreated, why we stay and try to make it work, and why we try to talk ourselves out of everything. When you first feel that it's off, you need to start making your exit strategy. When you first feel or see that, you know what, this ain't for me. You got to get the hell up out of the situation. Because at the end of the day, celebrating yourself or celebrating who you are shouldn't be a detriment to anybody. Everybody should be happy that you're celebrating yourself, or everybody should be happy that, we're all rising together. So just know that when it feels off, it probably is. It's off.
I like when you said be the first, at the first sign, not the second, not the third, at the first sign. But sometimes I know I used to make this mistake that I would not allow people to make mistakes that I have been through before. It's like, well, my last one did that. You just did that too. This ain't gonna work out. There's a difference between giving someone the benefit of the doubt and then just allowing them to misuse you or mistreat you that first time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a balancing act that we all need to learn how to do, how to make sure that we're not being led by our traumas and losing good people, but at the same time, learning from our past experience and not putting ourselves in that same position again. And that comes with growth and maturity, not age, growth and maturity. Because there's a lot of old people out there that get it wrong every single time.
True.
And then Tyesse, we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. Go ahead. I want to know, what does Tyesse do for Tyesse?
You know what? Nowadays, I don't have a lot of me time, but I'm going to take some me time this week right here while I'm away. And, just lay across the bed in the hotel and watch all the Queen's Men and catch up on The Chi. I have never been this backed up on TV shows in my life. Donta, I used to know the episode when it dropped. Right. I have whole seasons that I have to catch up, now. So self-care is so important, y'all. Mm-hmm. Self-care is important. Please tap into your self-care, because you can only be as good as you are to yourself. You know what I mean? So you can't help nobody else if you can't help yourself. So I'm learning about self-care. Really, 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 really important.
Dana just type, keep your legs down, Ty. Dana, this ain't
only Dana Day. Only Dana Day.
This ain't Tyesse After Dark.
This is not Tyesse After Dark.
And then lastly, Tyesse, please keep us abreast of how we can be better allies. And I'm talking to people that are already within the LGBT community, but those outside. How can we be better allies to those who are constantly being just bullied? I think that what we talked about earlier, I think that situation is atrocious. I think it's embarrassing to us as a community. So please continue to keep us in the breast and don't stop shaking the table. Like we said, Brittany Griner, we ain't heard about that in about at least 2 weeks since Renaissance dropped. And the situation you talked about, that was like a month ago, but we still need to stay in the know about this. We can't forget about Breonna Taylor, even Trayvon Martin. I still think about Trayvon Martin. We can't stop thinking about this stuff or it'll repeat itself. So thank you.
We used to call it the 24-hour news cycle. Now it's the Trump news cycle. Like, they gave it a whole new name. And in the Trump news cycle, things change so fast, Donta, where we really don't even have time to digest the story before the next story comes out. Right. So you just have to always be mindful. Just try to do your best to stay in the know. But I just want to say this to gay people, LGBTQ, same gender living, whatever you want to call it. There's so much that we have been through and that we go through every day. Just keep some type of spiritual center something. I don't care what you do, stay connected to something.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people that, oh, it has to be Jesus. Jesus enough. Archbishop told us years ago, there are many paths to God,
Right.
many. And I encourage you to find something, Confucius, Allah, Buddha, whatever you want to call it. I remember Rerun, he had a head of that. It's called Ralph. On what's happening.
Right.
Whatever you call it. But you gotta attach to something.
Yes.
To hold on to, because being black and gay in America, it is a really, it's a hard task. It really is.
Real talk.
So you got to hold on to something.
Real
and listen, being black in America, and we're dual. We're black and gay. So, it's a lot.
It is a lot. And we can't take it for granted that we are still here, because the black community is a target. The gay community is a target. So you're looking at two black gay survivors. We both have stories that will blow your mind, but we are still here. And it's by the grace of God, the grace of Allah, the grace of Buddha, the grace of Confucius, whoever you subscribe to, the grace of the trees, if you are a druid, however you subscribe, whatever is your center, your higher power, it is because of that you are still here. So please, people, with our last 60 seconds to go, do not take your days for granted. And I know a lot of you out there may feel lonely, alone, all by yourself, but just know you are not alone. The struggle, we are all in this together. So it is because of shows like the Donta Show and the Tyesse Report that we try to give you just some motivation to keep going, because nobody should feel like they have no one to talk to or that no one understands. I know firsthand that Tyesse will be there for you if you inbox. I will be there for you if you inbox. Everybody basically watching on this that will be there for the other person, because we really are a village and we are all in this together. So black people, stay strong, encourage each other, and call your peers out on the BS. If you see a black man bashing, attacking, or whatever, a black woman, call his raggedy you know what out. If you see a black woman bashing, dragging, talking about a black man, call her raggedy you know what out. We got to be accountable one to the other so that we can elevate. All right. That wraps it up.
Kyrie gonna say Confucius. Yes, Confucius.
Confucius. Now.
Confucius. He was a Chinese philosopher. People look to philosophy. Yeah.
Right, they do. Tyesse, thank you for being a guest on tonight. I appreciate it. So Ty Squad, thank y'all so much for jumping on and being here. Please, Ty Squad, follow the Donta Show on YouTube, youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Just click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Then follow your boy over there on IG, Donta_Morrison on the IG. And then the Tyesse Report is also on YouTube, but y'all already know that. And the Tyesse Report is also on Instagram, Facebook, and all that wonderful stuff. So, we are all in this together, 100% village. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you. I'll be back next Monday. No, I'll be back next Tuesday, because Monday is a holiday. So please be safe this 3 days.
I won't be here either.
Right. Do not drink and drive, but have a good time with your true friends. Enjoy that 3 days off. Tyesse, enjoy wherever you're gonna go. Just lay back, butt naked under an AC unit, and have a good time.
And watch them grills, y'all.
Right,
watch them grills. Stop putting that meat on them dirty grills. Wash them grills.
Please, just get the steel brush.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we love y'all. We appreciate it. Kwame, you can take us on out.